Jake Oliveira won't be starting the race. He's been pulled into the pit lane. Such a disappointment there from Jake. He would have been starting near the front. Anyway, the red lights go on. It's Sam Oliveira, the Vee Festival multiple time winner. Sam Oliveira that gets away to the lead. Then Paul Smith alongside him. He goes second. He's the champion of 2012, the 750 Motor Club Series. They turn through Paddock Hill Bend. It is all very one by one as they turn down the hill with Ian Jordan under lots of pressure. He was there in fourth, but Paul Taylor has got ahead of him. Look at Steve Bailey. He hasn't raced in any races yet today, although he's gained a load of positions off the start. So it's Oliveira, Smith, Beldy, the top three, got away from the pack. Then Ian Jordan's there in fourth, and it's Paul Taylor there in fifth position as they head down towards 30s for the first time then, and it's Oliveira that's really getting away. There's Smith in second, Belzy third, then it's Jordan Taylor, and then in sixth position the battle between Matthew Perks and Daniel Pitchford. These are the two closest cars on the circuit, nose to tail. Now Dan Pitchford will use the slipstream of Matthew Perks. They head onto the rubber straight for the first time, then they complete the first lap of the 14-minute final, and then 2-3 wide further back as they head into Paddock Hill Bend then, and it's still Sam Oliveira that's got this large lead to 1.5 seconds. Incredible stuff on the first lap from Sam Oliveira. Steve Bailey under pressure from John Bowles, who looks up on the inside into Druids. Meanwhile down at Graham Hill Bend, the leaders turn their way through. Ian Jordan's got this trio of cars right behind him. Paul Taylor, Daniel Pitchford, who's now ahead of Matthew Perks, another quartet of cars just behind them. We've followed this first quartet, then into 30s. Ian Jordan with a bit of a gap to pick. But he's now going ahead of Paul Taylor, so Pitchford down the Cooper straight into 30, goes ahead of Paul Taylor then. So up to fifth position for Dan Pitchford. He was tied in the first race, battled with Jake Oliveira for second. So we know that Daniel Pitchford is a top class driver, although he's run into the gravel trap earlier on, so, but he can race up the front. So in towards 30s, towards Paddock Hill Bend I should say, they go then, they turn their way through there. Ian Jordan's still there in fourth, Pitchford fifth, sixth Paul Taylor, seventh in Matthew Perks, and the battle for eighth, which is a long queue of about 7 cars with a few gaps of about under a second in between there. So Ian Jordan now, he has the task of defending off Daniel Pitchford. Ian Jordan, the Class B champion in 2012, the 750 Motor Club Series, but at just over a car left behind him is Daniel Pitchford, and they get on the brakes. Pitchford's been above his weight this year. He hasn't been at all the rounds, but when he is there, he's well up the pack, and now he's in the slipstream of Ian Jordan. He pulls out to the outside line as they head up the hill towards Paddock Hill Bend. They're side by side as they break for the corner, but Ian Jordan late on the brakes holds the inside line and stays in front. A good defensive job here into Paddock to hold off the car in the hands of Dan Pitchford. So the leaders heading down towards through Graham Hill Bend and hopefully get a shot. Here they come then. Ian Jordan with Pitchford now looking up on the inside as they head towards 30s. Can Dan Pitchford get this one done then? The inside, no. Ian Jordan again defending him off their nose to tail, heading to Airways. They break at pretty much a similar point, but Pitchford gets a much tighter line. He squeezes up on the inside, but still cannot find a way past the Shane Jordan of Ian Jordan. Dan Pitchford still behind him, and then in the AHS Leestone, so they head into Paddock. They're side by side behind as well, because Perks is trying hard to get ahead of Paul Taylor. Can't do that. Those are the two pair of cars turn their way down Paddock Hill. Now up to 8th. That's Ben Maludi. There's about a 10th position there, just heading down the hill. Good battle throughout the pack. 20 cars should have started. Jake Oliveira turned into pit road before the start of the race. Right, back to the back of a fourth then. Ian Jordan still defending off Pitchford. This is, I'm not saying, really strong defensive drive for Ian Jordan. He's held off Pitchford for a couple of laps now. They're closing in on Pete Beldy by looks at Pitchford again. He goes for a strong run around the outside. He takes the high wide and hands a blow through Paddock Hill Bend, and he gets it done. Up to fourth position for Dan Pitchford then. A great move round the outside of Paddock Hill Bend. He's through then, up into fourth. Now he's going to be trying to close down Peter Belzy. as they head on to the Cooper Straight now, and some lapping to be done. It's side by side between Paul Taylor and Matthew Perks. This is the battle of the six. Perks on the inside line now, heading to third. He's tried a couple of laps to get past Paul Taylor. He's done it now though. Perhaps a bit of help from that back marker there to get the run down the Cooper Straight. He's got it done then as they turn their way now through clearways, and they're on the Clark curve to complete another lap for the GAC there. Well, it's the GAC battle, isn't it? Because both Perks and Taylor both in GACs. Now they've got to watch out for Ben Maludi then, the person who has gone with the leading pack in races this year. Starting further down the pack. There he is, turning his way through paddock then. Something like 3 seconds behind at the moment. And this group of cars, we have Geffen Jones near the front of it. So now turning their way down the Cooper Straight. There's Perks just gone into 30s ahead of Paul Taylor. Geffen Jones is third of these cars. I think it's 10th position. Craig Pollard at the front. One of the front novice runners in 2012. There he is in the number 92 car. Craig Pollard. Just ahead of Ivan Turner, Geffen Jones and Steve Bailey and John Bolt not far behind either in that scrap of cars that turn their way through paddock now then, the 5 of them. Big sideways moment onto Graham Hill Bend for Peter Belsey. This is going to allow Dan Pitchford to try and close that gap further in. So we're heading towards the halfway distance now of the Vee Festival Final. And you can see now there's not much of a gap between the ex-championship winning car of Pete Belsey. It was in the hands of Jess Clark when it won the championship. That Spider Mark II now with Pitchford right behind him. This is the battle for the last place on the podium. They come up across the line then, and Pitchford's going round the outside of Pete Belsey as they turn into Paddock Hill Bend. He's got it done. He did the same to Ian Jordan. Now he's done to Pete Belsey round the outside of Paddock. It didn't take him long to get past Belsey. Ian Jordan managed to defend him off for a lot longer than Belsey did. But onto the podium now for Pitchford. Can Pete Belsey fight back at all? It's what we're wondering now. We're going to find out over the next few laps. Well, turning their way through McLaren. Under braking for Clearways. Belsey late on the brakes. Pitchford, I was going to say, started to break away, but Belsey bringing that gap back down. The braking zone for Clearways. Now he'll try and use a slipstream. Meanwhile, Ian Jordan's fallen into the clutch and Matthew Perks in the battle for 5th position as they turn their way through Clark Curve and onto the Brabham Straight. Meanwhile, in front, they're almost side by side to Paddock Hill Bend because Pete Belsey tried to do the same move to Pitchford. What Pitchford did to him a lap ago, it wasn't able to work though. They head up to Druids. They are absolutely nose to tail. So Pete Belsey trying to move back onto that podium position in the second half of this race. They head down through Graham Hill Bend. Pitchford used up all the road. He's got to be careful then not to go 4 wheels over the white lines. Over the year we've seen so many penalties. Races lost by penalties being applied as car drivers put 4 wheels over the white line. Now Matthew Perks still trying to close in. Ian Jordan, if he said that gap was 3 seconds back to Ben Maludi. Well, he's almost with them now, so it's almost 3 for 5th. Ian Jordan, Matthew Perks and Ben Maludi then as they head on to the Brabham Straight together, the 3 of them. Up the hill they go, up the rise towards Paddock Hill Bend. And they head down the hill. Paul Taylor just behind. Craig Pollard now under huge amounts of pressure from Ivan Turner. They turn their way out of Paddock Hill Bend. Down the Cooper Straights, this scrap for 3rd then. Pitchford still under lots of pressure from Pete Belsey. Through 30s, that's where Pitchford gains his time. He has a lot of speed through there. They now turn their way through Clearways. He's got a good enough gap. He does not have to worry too much about defending down to Paddock Hill Bend. Ian Jordan, a mistake for Perks. Perks falling behind Maludi then. Ben Maludi up to 6th position. Now where did he start on the grid? He was well down the pack. 14th position is up to 6th, so strong drive by Ben Maludi as they turn their way into Paddock Hill Bend. Meanwhile, up to Druid, that battle for third continues, and Craig Pollard's lost out there because Ivan Turner moves in front of him then. So he goes up into that 10th position. And down the Cooper Straight, and Ian Jordan and Ben Maludi have been joining their battle. They had at the end of the first, the race we showed earlier, the second heat, and now they have rejoining that battle in the final here. Ben Maludi not competing in the first race, which gave a bad grid position for the second heat and a bad grid position for the final. But both races he's fought his way up to have a battle with Ian Jordan. Now he goes round the outside at Paddock Hill Bend. I don't think he'll be able to get that one done. He's going to keep pushing. There's only 2-3 minutes left, so 2 or 3 laps. And the battle of third continue as well. Dan Pitchford, they head down towards 30. He's got Pete Bowsy right behind him. Now coming onto the Cooper Straight is this battle for 5th position. Ian Jordan still there, but Ben Maludi looking up on the inside of Matthew Perks rejoining the battle. So he's going to be free for 5th again as they head into the last couple of laps of this race. And Ben Maludi very late on the brakes for Clearways, trying to come round the outside of Ian Jordan, unable to do so. But now he's trying to get the run through Clark Curve and more importantly onto the Brabham Straight, using his momentum. There's a bit of blackberry to be done as well. That's the old Formula Vee, the April Mark 1 of Ernie Manhinnick as they turn their way into Paddock Hill Bend. There's Ian Jordan. Ben Maludi gets his car all sideways. They've had the lap Sam engineering there as well. They find their way past him safely. Matthew Perks as well. Pitchford and Belsey continuing their battle, and it's the battle for 5th position that we're watching. Here they are then. Ian Jordan still in that 5th position. Ben Maludi there in 6th. His car based on a Formula Ford car, the Ray Bold 1997 got very late on the brakes into Clearways. Is he going to run out of road here? He's certainly going to lose time to Ian Jordan. Just that bit too late on the brakes for Clearways. Car went very deep into the corner. So they head now down towards Paddock Hill Bend yet again. Not long at all to go in this race now. So turning through Paddock to get past at least one of the back markers there. So Steve Bailey, James Millman and John Bowles will have a nice scrap there for 13th, but concentrate back on this battle for 5th then. Ian Jordan has a bit of a gap as they turn into 30s. Ben Maludi still trying to go after him through McLaren, then onto Clearways. Maludi does seem late on the brakes than Jordan through here, and look at that, the speed is going through the corner. He's urged his way up the inside. He didn't really look close enough to challenge, but now he certainly is headed down to Paddock Hill Bend for what is going to be the start of the final lap of the race. The leader's already on their final lap, I believe. Up on the inside now comes Ben Maludi, but Jordan just cuts him off under braking for the corner. He just holds him off. Now Maludi trying to get him back out the corner, but Ian Jordan holds onto the line. Meanwhile, Sam Oliveira, he's going to come be the 2012 Vee Festival winner. So Sam Oliveira wins. We haven't really seen much of him since about the second lap of the race. What I can tell you, he's got a massive lead to Paul Smith, who hasn't even come across the line yet. I think that's him, yes, just crossed the line there. 14 seconds behind the shade of Sam Oliveira. Absolutely dominant performance, probably the most dominant win we've seen in the Vee Festival. One of the most dominant wins ever in a Vee race. Third was Pitchford versus Belsey, and they're almost side by side across the line. Pitchford just getting it by 0.07 of a second. Another close run to the line. It's the free card for 5th. Ian Jordan's just going to hold on to that one, almost as close. 79 thousandths between those two cars. So Sam Oliveira, your Vee Festival winner then, to Paul Smith. Dan Pitchford on the podium, even his third. 4th Pete Belsey, and Ian Jordan won that tussle for 5th.